We are here live in Carlsbad. You should be seeing this on like Instagram, I hope. But if not, it's nice to talk to you. But I got my man Rob Kakish in the building today. What up, dude?
What
How
up,
are you?
What up? Glad
Doing
to
good?
be here. Absolutely, man.
Man,
Thank
where'd you
for
come
having me
down
out.
from, bro?
We came out from Rancho Cucamonga, California.
Rancho Cucamonga. my
Cucaracha.
man. I love it, dude. I used to have a cousin who lived in Rancho. And I used to always, every time I think of Rancho Cucamonga, you know what I think of?
Bugs Bunny?
Nah, dude. I think of next Friday.
Next Friday.
Okay. It's the first thing I think of is put some hot sauce on my burrito, baby. And like he's just driving down the road. I think of Rancho Cucamonga, dude. He's
The
like
air smells better
Rancho
out
Chimichanga.
Yep.
So, man, I was at a meeting, Rob, in where was I at? Newport News, Virginia. And somebody asked, who's our client? And it really had me thinking, like, oh, wow, who did I think my client was when I started? And what did I learn about who our client was? Because I don't know of very many people, unless you come from a background in insurance-specific sales, that you really understand who our client is. And not even understand. Let's not even get to understand. The picture of our client. What do they look like? What are they into? What's important to them? Where do they live? What are their conditions? Living conditions, mental conditions, good, bad. What are those things like? And my perceived coming into this was completely different than what I found out, for the better. So I want Rob, man, and the reason I bring this up with you is because how many states have you sold in face to face?
Well, once again, Dom, appreciate you having me out. I love coming out here. But states, my run on the All-American Tour, we branded it last year. I could say, I lost count from Michigan to Chicago, New Orleans, Louisiana, Hawaii, Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, Philly, New Jersey, everywhere.
At least 15, 20 states.
Mm-hmm. At least.
How many
15
non-resident
states.
licenses you got?
Currently about 38 non-res licenses.
38.
38.
All right.
38.
What is there? Was there any? What was before we get into like all the different people in different places? What they were like? What did you think your client was going into it? Like, and where were you located at when you first started selling? What and what was your thought of our client before you called them, before you met with them?
Honestly, I told myself if I was gonna make it a thing and I was about to travel to this extent, I got to be completely open-minded and adaptable. And I was at the point where I was excited and I was gonna figure it out no matter what. So I was pretty much open-minded about it and ready for what came. Trusted my business acumen, trusted my gut that whatever was gonna happen, I was gonna be ready for. So, and that made it easier because I didn't have to overthink. We overthink a lot of things before the situation even happened, right? So we'll get in our headspace and we'll start doubting, but that doubt hasn't even happened yet. So I told myself I'm gonna be open-minded about it, and I'm just gonna go with it. What happens, happens. We'll figure it out.
Were they rich? Were they poor? Like, and I'm just, what did you think they were? Were they black? Were they white? Were they financially secure? Were they, what was that? I want to get deep with this, dude.
Okay.
Like, who did you think this person was before you met with them?
Honestly, the person I thought it was somebody who didn't know about life insurance,
Okay.
who didn't truly understand the value of it, just heard about it, didn't truly understand how to go about it, right? Because that's why the phones is so important. Obviously, it's the gateway to business, but many people, you're talking to them and they have no idea how to go about this. That's why, obviously I'm doing telesales right now, but that's why the in-home is so important. Because obviously just making money for yourself is important, but it's also sitting down and educating them about it, whether it's people on Social Security, fixed income, whether it's the average everyday person with mortgage protection who's a mechanic or a plumber. They have no idea about this. So sitting down and educating them about what this can do for their family is just it's gratifying.
Dude, 100%. Okay. I'm thinking of the new agent, and I can just speak from me. Well, dude, when I started, I thought I thought life insurance was for rich people. I'm just gonna be honest.
Oh, okay.
I thought life insurance for rich people. When I drove to my appointments, because I wasn't big on, like, I was never in sales. I wasn't driving around Raleigh, North Carolina for any reason. So I put the stuff in my GPS, and then I'd show up and go, wow, this is my first appointment. Interesting.
Okay.
Because
I get that part. I know where you're going with this.
I didn't know. I was like, oh, this is an apartment, and there's only 4 apartments, and there's a gate, and there's a code, and there's bars on the windows. Okay, I thought everybody was rich. I didn't even know the zip code I was going to was this. See, I don't think a lot of us just drive around and just like know all the areas and just I you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know my clients were kind of like me. I didn't know my clients grew up check to check, struggling, living, moving, renting houses. My mom just owned her first house. Bought it 4 years ago, 4 years ago. I grew up renting houses and being here and doing that. And I didn't know I was selling to such a relatable group of people. Now, if you're watching this and you're going, that's not how I grew up. Well, you're in the minority. It's good for you, because my son's going to be able to say the same thing, FYI. He's going to be able to say the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But most of us aren't. And most of us have doubts getting into this industry. And the doubts are because we're not sales. We don't have this background. What's my business acumen? And then we get head faked because of who we think the client's going to be. If I could implore, just put anything on your brain today, is just, our clients are just like you. They don't want to be lied to. They don't want to be taken advantage of. They watch Dateline. They know what's going on in the news. Like, that's our client. Our client is a very relatable person. And there's going to be situations to where our client can make you uncomfortable. You know, is this making you tracking with me?
I am.
Because I think if we can step over that or get over that, or just be aware of it, and I've been talking to new agents about this a lot more. Do you know what I mean? Like, last week this happened, dude. This whole past week I've been talking about who our client is, not just how to sell them, not just what product to write. Who are they? What makes them tick? Why do they fill out these forms? Why do they do that? You know? But that's Sean Mike. Psychology. He's the psychology of the sale. I wouldn't call myself a psychologist, but I understand people who fill out forms. I don't understand anything. I don't know how to sell to people at Walmart. I don't know how to just walk down the street. And honestly, it's hard enough for me to sell to my family. Jeez. They say no. I just go, okay.
Done.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know how to do that. So you'd be like, you're a sales guy. Nah, I'm a guy who really understands people who fill out forms. That's it. Mm-hmm. And if we can stay there, you start understanding the person who's filling out the form, what you're selling them is irrelevant. That's going to fall into place. So if we spent more time asking questions about who our client is, what makes them tick, what do they like, what do they don't like, why is shaking their hand important, why is looking them in the eye, why is asking to take your shoes off in the appointment important, why is that stuff important every time? Because they're the same, you know. So
I agree.
I'm sorry. This is a podcast. I'm thinking a lot while I'm talking, because this is it's just something that I think it's like a release, dude. It's like, once you just start, oh, I get it. Like, I remember when I just started to understand how the leads were filled out, Rob. Like, I wasn't trying to create leads, dude. I wasn't trying to make my own leads or drop mail and or try to see what the best postcard was. But when I saw that the mortgage protection leads, that they were purple, yellow, blue, some were postcards, some were longer, and I knew why that was the case. Oh, the shorter ones get a faster return. The longer ones have a little bit more verbiage, but they take a little bit longer to come back. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, the call-in leads, they do this. So what does it say on there? Not so that I can say good or bad, so that I can know what I'm in. So I can know, okay, cool. There's not one better than the other. It's like, does that one have a hobby or it doesn't matter. It doesn't make it good if it has a hobby or bad if it doesn't. I just need to know. Does that make sense? And the more I know, the more I know how to just go after it. You know what I'm saying?
It's that human element to it.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's, you know, just to talk to everybody who hasn't got started yet. Now I see where you were going with this. Okay,
Yeah.
that it's your everyday person, and even not even your everyday person. I used to think, just like you said, life insurance. I always heard about creating wealth and this and that. So,
Dude, I thought I was going to be running. I was in mansions. I thought I was in Raleigh, North Carolina. I thought I was going to be in Chapel Hill, next to University of North Carolina, and there was going to be nice cotton fields.
was it that, Dom Rogers?
Oh, absolutely not. It was the trailer park. It was the apartment complex that, you know, you're like, oh, wow, there's like 18 guys on the steps, and I got to ask them to move to get to my appointment.
Yep.
Like, yeah, you got to ask them. You know what they're going to say? You just say, excuse me. You know what they'll do? They'll just move. That's you know what I mean? Like, that's the stuff.
I was in the south side of Chicago.
Let's go.
In the block. Pulled up, just exactly what you said. 18, 19 guys right there. And you know what I did? They're like, who you here for? I'm actually the insurance guy. I was here for Mrs. Smith. Oh, yeah, she's on the 3rd floor. Let us know if you need anything. Boom.
That's it.
Boom.
But you know what? Man, we can get deep. Imagine that going differently, though. And I don't mean like as in like bad as, oh my God, they're going to shoot you or something. No. About you just not having confidence that Miss Smith needed insurance and that you needed to help her, and you didn't let your fears or ambivalences or whatever uncomfortable was going on in that moment stop you from helping Miss Smith.
Correct.
See, the reason I want you to know who our client is, dude, is because, see, firefighters, they know who the client is. It's people who need help. Period. That's it. That's why they're the number one profession that I wish I did, but I don't have the balls to do. Excuse, damn, I cussed. This ain't going. I'm going to have to edit that. Okay, but it's the truth. But I think firefighters are the most bad in the world.
Yeah.
By far. Because they don't get a call and go, is that fire over there? It's too hot over there. I don't want to go over there.
It's the job.
There's other professions to where they pick and choose where they go. It's what it is. You be the judge. But this here is one of those professions that I don't think that you have that luxury.
No.
If you get a lead from Inglewood and Compton, you know where you're going? Inglewood and Compton. That's where you're going. It's just what it is. You in the south side of Chicago, that's where you're going. Why? Because that's where help is needed. That's why I want to talk about who our client is. You feel me?
And it's fulfilling.
Yeah.
It's fulfilling.
You know?
It's very fulfilling.
Ain't it though?
I love it. I love it. It's the one product in the world. You know what we do, and the people that we're serving, which are these everyday people. And the reality of the situation is, those people get overlooked.
Oh my man.
They get overlooked. So Family First Life, so many people that we cater to are your everyday people.
That's the part
that get overlooked. And when you're in there and you're taking care of them and you're putting something affordable in place for them, and they look at you and be like, dang, I never thought it was this easy. It was this affordable. It was, miss.
Yeah. And somebody would take the time to come see me.
Correct. So you leave in a good mood. They leave in a good mood. It's realistic. It's affordable. They're not on the phone with these other practice companies telling them, if you can't do $200 a month, it's not. That's what we got here. Or you're denied because we're a captive agent. You know, we'll figure this out. We'll figure this out.
They may say stuff like they're broke. You may believe it. You got to not believe it. That's a hard one, right? I think that's, because I've heard agents go on this tangent of like, my clients don't have money. It's because you believe that they don't have money. It's a hard pill to swallow. I remember when I used to say that. I used to have really low premiums. It was because I didn't believe. I had low belief. I didn't put value on their family. I put value on their surroundings. You can still make money and your lens be a little foggy, but you start making more when it clears up.
Yeah.
And it becomes more fun. you know, and you start getting that hug on the way out the house.
You take that lid off. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I agree.
Anything you want to share in closing, brother? This has been fun.
It
My
is.
brain has
It
just been
is.
like, bro.
I've been here for about 3-4 hours, and Dom Rogers is a genius, by the way. If you guys don't know this,
We're gonna edit that out.
man. But at the end of the day, guys, whatever position you're in, whatever profession you're in, everybody here who's been very successful has a leveled playing field. Everybody started here, right? So nobody even has to join. Have a conversation with somebody here. Let us give you some more information. See if it's right for you. Like I've always told new agents coming on board, if you do get on, give this 90 days of absolute focus for 90 days. And at least you have your own testimony of what fruits you bared. But let me tell you, what this IMO has done, what Family First Life has done for me, my family, not just me, it's the impact we get to have, right? For me as a man, that's my fulfillment, is the impact we get to have. And it happened here. So whatever position you're in right now, it can always get better, but you got to make that decision. And FFL, we're open for everybody. So get in contact with somebody.
Hey, whoever helps the most wins.
That's it.
We out here. Thanks, Rob.
Of course.
Appreciate you.
Amen.